Hello, everyone. My name is Father Donald Calloway, and I'm a priest with the Marian Fathers of the Immaculate Conception. I live in the United States, but my religious community was founded in Poland by Saint Stanislas Pawczyński. So I have been to Poland myself many times, maybe 10 times, I love Poland. So I'm very excited because now my book, Consecration to Saint Joseph, is in Polish. I'm so happy about this because I love Poland. I love Polish people. I love Polish culture, Polish food, Polish music, Polish saints. I love Poland. I want to live in Poland someday. So this is the book. This is the English, okay? This is the English. But now you have the Polish translation. So I want to share some things with you about this because right now, as you know, we have the year of Saint Joseph. And I know that Poland has a great love for Saint Joseph. So I know you're going to be celebrating. The whole country of Poland will be entrusted to Saint Joseph. The bishops are doing this. So I think this is wonderful. But why Saint Joseph? Why right now? Well, my friends, I think you know that we have many attacks on the family, on marriage, on masculinity, on femininity, even on babies, children in the womb. So this is a time when we really need to go to the man who was entrusted with Jesus to raise Jesus, who was the faithful husband of the Virgin Mary, and who was the head of the Holy Family. He is a good man. He is a sacrificial man, a humble man, a prayerful man, obedient to God. And his model, his example for us is very important today. Because so many people today, they are confused. They are confused about what it means to be a family. In many cultures, they have redefined what a family is. They have redefined what marriage is. And we need Saint Joseph to help us in this situation because we need to come back to common sense and to reason. And Saint Joseph, he will help us do that. And I think that now there is a big movement across the world to recognize Saint Joseph and to ask his intercession. And now, of course, we have the year of Saint Joseph that Pope Francis, he gave to the whole church. So the Holy Spirit is telling us now is the time of Saint Joseph. So I want to mention some other things. You know, in Fatima, you know about Fatima, the apparitions of Fatima that happened in 1917. In the apparition of Fatima, on the last apparition, that one was October 13, 1917. That was the apparition where the sun was spinning and the children, the three children, they thought that the sun would collide with the earth and end everything. But it did not happen, of course. But right after that apparition, all three of the visionary children, they said they saw Saint Joseph holding the Christ child in his hands. And together, Joseph and Jesus, so father and son, they blessed the world. This is very important because we want the triumph of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, right? Yes, I do. I want it so much because if the Immaculate Heart of Mary triumphs, we will have the reign of Jesus. We will have the kingship of Jesus. But is the triumph of Mary's heart going to happen when we have all of these crises in families? No, it's not. So we have to bring in Saint Joseph. And as a matter of fact, Sister Lucia dos Santos, remember her? She was one of the children. She lived to be almost 100 years old, I think. She said later, she said that the final battle between God and the devil, between good and evil, will be fought over marriage and family. We are living this today. Now, I know Poland is Catholic. I know, it's an amazing country, but I know because I see the news, I read the media. You also, even in Poland, you are having a lot of attacks on the family, on marriage, on all of these things. And so Poland, as great as you are, and you are great, you also need Saint Joseph because we need all of the world to go to him right now. So, my friends, in my prayer, about 4 years ago, well, about 5 years ago now, I sensed the Holy Spirit saying to me that I needed to do something about this, to introduce the world to Saint Joseph. Yes, the church has always loved Saint Joseph, of course. And there have been great saints who have loved Saint Joseph. Saint Teresa of Avila, Saint Andre Bessette in Canada, many saints. But never was it before like the whole world was drawing the attention to Saint Joseph. And we never had a year of Saint Joseph before. So I sensed the Holy Spirit saying to me that I need to put together a book that will help people to know Saint Joseph and to love him and to learn about him, about his virtues, his titles, his privileges, his honors, the wonders, the miracles, the shrines, the religious communities, apparitions of Saint Joseph, all of these things. So I modeled my book after the book by Saint Louis de Montfort from France. He had a 33-day consecration to the Virgin Mary. Beautiful, beautiful book. And this helps so many people. Even Saint John Paul II, he said that the Saint Louis de Montfort Marian consecration changed his life, that it helped him so much. So I said to myself, I want to put together a book like that, but dedicated to Saint Joseph. So we can go for 1 month, 33 days, to unpack Saint Joseph. And I use the litany of Saint Joseph as the template, as the model for this. So every day we go through the litany with his titles, and I give explanation, a lot of quotes from many saints, a lot of Polish saints too. And then I give some more substantial teaching about Saint Joseph. Like, for example, you know, we will learn about his titles, his virtues, but also things about that he was not a widow. Right? Some people, they think that Saint Joseph was a widow. No, this is not true. This is not the teaching of the Catholic Church. He was not a widow. He did not have another marriage before the Virgin Mary. No. These kind of things. So you come to know him and to love him. And then you consecrate yourself to him, entrust yourself to him. You can do it by yourself. You can do it as husband and wife. You can do it as a family, as a parish, as a diocese, as a country. You can do it. So I am so happy that this book is now in Polish, because I know that the Polish people are going to love this book. Actually, I have some things in the book about Poland, about Kalisz, about the shrine to Saint Joseph in Kalisz, about during World War II, about all the priests that they consecrate themselves to Saint Joseph when they were in the concentration camps, especially the one in Dachau, and how many of them, they survived. And there is a museum underneath the church in Kalisz, the shrine, that talks about this. It has a whole section. You can see it on the walls. Amazing. So I have these things and many other things in the book, that show Poland's great love, but many things. You are going to love this book, my friends. So I want to encourage you to do this consecration, to get a copy of the book and to do it. It's easy. Don't worry. It's not hard. It takes 20 minutes a day, maybe 30 some days, a little more reading. 20 minutes a day. You can do this, right? So many of us, we spend so much time every day on social media, more than 20 minutes. We can give to Saint Joseph 20 minutes a day. This will change your life. This book now has become so popular, especially because of the year of Saint Joseph, that it's in 15 languages now, and more are coming, and it's all over the world, and something great is happening with Saint Joseph. And you know what's interesting? There have been prophecies about this. For example, in the 16th century, there was a Dominican priest, Father Isidore de Isolanis. He said, in the 16th century, he said that in the future, the church will be going through a very difficult time. But he said, but the church will turn to Saint Joseph and she will experience a renewal. Well, my friends, we are going through a very difficult time in the church all around the world. You know this. There's scandals, there's things that have happened. We need to be renewed. The church needs to be renewed. So we need to go to Saint Joseph. And right now, we have so many situations where people are anxious about work. Many people have lost their jobs because of the coronavirus, this whole situation in the world. Saint Joseph is the patron saint of workers. He will give us comfort. He will give us hope. And he will bring us closer to Jesus and Mary. I love to tell people that when I did the research for the book, I discovered something incredible. The name Joseph, it means to increase. So my friends will have to translate this into Polish, to increase, right? to make great. Well, he is the increaser. He will increase our relationship to Jesus. He will increase our relationship to the Virgin Mary. He will increase our virtue. He will increase our holiness. And we need this today. We need this today. In this world that has many problems, we need to go to him. Jesus trusted and relied upon St. Joseph. The Virgin Mary trusted and she relied upon St. Joseph. So today, as members of the church, followers of Jesus, we have to trust and we have to ask St. Joseph to help us, and he will. And so I'm going to be praying for all of you that as you do the consecration, that your hearts would be changed, that you would grow in they would increase in holiness, and that you would be given hope during these difficult times. And please pray for me too. Please pray for me. I love Poland. Hopefully I will meet some of you someday in the future on a future trip to Poland. God bless you all.